U.S. President Donald Trump continued to emphasize the importance of his tariffs as a way to address fentanyl coming into the United States.
As soon as I put on the tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, unbelievable results have been seen in the last few weeks.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio gave a different defense.
This is not meant to be hostile towards anybody. It is meant to be friendly and supportive of our national interest as a country. Once the baseline of trade is reset in a way that's fair and equitable, then we can engage in the process of bilateral negotiations.
Federal ministers Dominic LeBlanc and François-Philippe Champagne, along with Ontario Premier Doug Ford, met with U.S. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick in Washington to discuss those tariffs. David Patterson is Ontario's representative in Washington, D.C. What is your understanding on what it is the Americans want in all of this?
I'd say the first half hour was a masterclass from Howard Lutnick in a very calm and straightforward and logical way in terms of why the United States is taking on some of the things. We in Canada start that understanding with tariffs, but let's back up. What they are facing and the focus of the U.S. government is to deal with a $2 trillion a year deficit in their federal spending. Which is crisis level, and they will admit that. And so to deal with that, there are a handful of important things that are happening. There's a major tax bill in Congress that I've been working with Republicans to understand, and it's something that must not increase that deficit further while keeping tax levels and competitiveness low. Secondly, the DOGE, which Howard Lutnick, of course, ran the transition team and created the DOGE. And that is a very difficult and challenging thing, but an important thing to get costs under control, sort of what we dealt with in the Martin Kretchen years on steroids.
Just for people listening, the DOGE is the Department of Government Efficiency, which is Elon Musk's initiative to cut costs in the U.S. government.
One person's cuts is another person's efficiencies, but it's really hard. And then the third is tariffs. And what was made clear to us is that we have to take on this serious challenge with serious measures. Tariffs will be part of that, not just as a revenue source from a global application of tariffs, but also as a way, of course, to attract investment into the United States.